Morning, folks. As you can see, my co-presenter Charlie Cat has decided to make an early appearance this morning. I'll try to keep his hin end out of the screen. Not that it bothers you guys very much, but it seems to get to Mr. Milligan. Anyway, Charlie's joined us this morning. He's now on my lap, as you have seen. So we'll just need to walk round about him. Let's have a quick look to see who's in. Indy Duck, Fiona, June, Wee Bub, Peter, C.L. Sutherland. Who else we got? Let's roll this thing up a bit. Eddie's in. Jim Stevens in. Christina's in. Last Braveheart's in. June's in. Mark Telfer's in. Mad Monk's in. Eddie Wolfie's in. Scott Haynes is in. And that's us at the top. Hi Duncan. Hi Ewan. Hi Margaret. Hi Lydia. Numbers are climbing nicely, so we'll get this one underway, shall we? It's Andy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it is overcast this morning. Quite warm at 16 degrees, a wee bit blowy, wind gusting up to 33 kilometres an hour. Pollen count is, there's no rain in the forecast, so it'll bloody well rain. And the pollen count is moderate, main allergen is grass. So that's what the weather's like here in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. If you want to know what the weather's like where you are, look out your own bloody window. Okay, first up this morning we've got the Rancid. What's the Rancid got for us this morning? And it goes in an entertainment story. Touts rip off Oasis fans. Let's start again. Touts rip off Oasis fans again. Final batch of tickets go on sale, but somehow the touts managed to get their horns on them before the public. That's interesting. It appears there's some sort of racket going on, folks. So there is. Thanks very much, Mad Monk. Thank you very much, Hugh. Right, there appears to be some sort of racket going on, and the main headline is definitely shady. So, as I say, the last tranche of Oasis tickets for the Edinburgh gig they're putting on went on sale, and for some reason they all went straight to ticket touts. How does that work? Interesting. Right, next up we've got the Scotsman. We'll put it up, if we can find it. Here we go. Wealth tax doesn't work, says Murray. So the Governor-General of Scotland thinks that a wealth tax doesn't work. And how would they fucking know? They've not tried. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, that headline. Anyway, ministers speak out against taxing the wealthy, folks. Ministers speaks out, not just him, but all the ministers apparently are trying to tell us that wealth tax doesn't work. Well, Murray, try a progressive tax system like the Scottish tax system to start with, and then introduce your wealth taxes, and they will fucking work. The wealthy are not going anywhere. And if today we'll just seize their assets, they can take their cash with them. We'll seize their assets and tax their assets. Okay, let's move on. That one didn't. Find it. Get rid of it. Next up is going to be the Herald. So let's get the Herald up, folks, and see what nonsense it's got for us today. It's Friday, so we'll get a fair bit of nonsense, I think. Politics is a brutal place to be, says Forbes. You're right. Absolutely right. No just do you have to put up with the crap in the committee system. go to put up with the crap in the Holyrood Chamber. You've also then got to go back to your constituency and take it for your constituents as well. So Kate's right. Politics is a brutal arena. And to be fair, she's held her reign in it really quite well. But aye, politics is brutal. Definitely is. Right. After the Herald, we'll get the Daily Fail. So we'll get that up. Here we go. The Fail. Minister for Hypocrisy is forced to quit. Labour Minister for Homelessness, evicted her own tenants, then hiked the rent. Now, we spoke about this yesterday. Well, apparently she's now been forced to resign. But it just shows you the quality of people that are on the front bench. You know, the behaviour of this person. The behaviour of this minister, who's there to prevent homelessness, and she fucks her own tenants in the streets and hikes the rent. She should be made to quit. Thanks, Alistair. Thank you very much. Morning, Reagan a week. Mind, folks, Reagan a week's on right after this, and it's Friday, the Friday Frolics, 5 o'clock. And we'll get John the truck driving legend, still a driving god. Morning all, off sick, first time since 2012. The weather's like dull and depressing. And if you want to know what the weather's in Dunfermline, anyhow, red Tories and government generals don't want for us. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, folks. Right, where are we? Oh, aye. The Labour Minister and the quality on the front bench. We've just spoke about the Governor-General, one of the most insignificant men in the whole of the planet. And his corrupt colleague there. So we're ready to fail. What's after the fail? I think it's a scum. Right page, David. Aye, next up the scum. Now what's the scum go for us? A mega gig economy. Some might pay 136 million. Oasis fans in spending splurge. I mean, I don't get it myself, folks. I really don't. I wouldn't buy a ticket for any man that's face value. Sorry, I just wouldn't. But the reason why these touts find it lucrative is because people are stupid enough to buy at inflated prices. Thank you, Alistair. That's the link for Daily Baz's Friday Frolics, folks. I say, I don't know why. I mean, the reason why these touts have got a market is because people are willing to pay. Just stop it, and then tickets will go back to being sold at face value. Right, so that's the scum for you. Next up, we'll get Loney Rag the Express. Let's see what it's got for us this morning. Oh, must be down the bottom now. That's what I missed, folks. Here we go. Right, Scots facing £950 bill to fund nationalist 11,500 welfare benefit pipe dream. SNP's minimum income plan is £6 billion tax disaster. It would appear that the loonies at the fucking fail, the Express, the right-wing knuckle draggers, they don't quite get it, do they? We don't mind paying fucking taxes. We realise that tax equals good public services. And if it's only going to cost 950 quid a year on my bill to ensure that everybody has a minimum amount to live on, and it's not that generous at 11,500, then hit me up. If the plan is to make sure that everybody's got a basic income and that nobody's slipping through the net, then it's got to be worth investing in. But what these fucking fuckwits for London don't seem to get is tax isn't a bad thing. In order to get good public services, which they are demanding, then they have to realise they've got to pay fucking tax. I mean, the OBR has made it clear to them. If they were to introduce a Scotland-style tax system, it would automatically raise £11 billion a year. That would go towards that big black hole she's carrying, and it would spread the burden more evenly across the working population. Then you have to go after those who have got what we call passive income. We've got to tax dividends at the same as what we tax income tax. Tax capital gains at the same rate we tax income tax. But these idiots doing that road have got to get their heads wrapped around the idea that tax is a good thing. If you want good public services, you need to pay tax. Fucking. It would appear that these papers claim to be Scottish, but they don't seem to be able to tap into the Scottish psyche. They don't seem to understand our customs, our culture. You maybe want to try watching us as a group and see how we behave. Us as a collective here in this channel. They maybe want to have a look and learn a bit about us. How it is we interact with each other. How it is we look after each other. How we're one big family and we don't mind paying fucking taxes because taxes equals good services. Honesty, fuck, you can tell it's a rag for you out with these lands. This land. Because these rags don't understand us as a people. They don't understand our customs, our cultures, and our ways. Income tax plan is $6 billion tax disaster. Is it fuck? If it means everybody's going to have a minimal standard of living, it's no a disaster. It is a bloody advance in our progressive society, where we don't mind paying fucking tax because we know tax equals good public services. Oh, that headline, as you can see, folks, really ripped me this morning. And I mean, really ripped me. Right, after the only rag, the Express, we have the Times. Let's see what this piece of junk's got for us this morning. Another paper, written, edited, outside this land, with the word Scotland slapped on it. Israel could cut security ties as Starmer recognises Palestine. Who gives a fuck? Israel as a state is done. As a nation, it's over. Netanyahu has seen to that. He's also seen to the fact that Zionist Jews will never be looked on with trust ever again. In fact, Zionists will never be looked on with trust again, whether they're Jews or Christian Zionists. But the state of Israel's fucked. It's finished. So who gives a fuck whether Israel cuts security ties with us? We don't want to be tied to a bunch of Nazis anyway. Homelessness minister who evicted her tenants quits. There's the byline, main headline, single-sex spaces off limit to trans women, and this is a story about the Edinburgh Festival, where mixed toilets are off the agenda. I don't want to get into the culture wars this morning. I'm still raging with the idea that because some people are transsexual, that they don't have the same rights as the rest of us. That fucking sticks in my craw. That sticks in my craw. All people are born equal. Sex doesn't come into it. I say, that one rips me. It really rips me. That there are people now in our society who don't have the same rights as the rest of us. Who don't have the same privileges as the rest of us. Oof. Right, after the Times inevitably comes a Torygraph. Let's see where it is. I've got 2 metros this morning. Oh well. The Torygraph. Ministers resigns over rental hypocrisy. And gender fluid sign drop from fringe ladies. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the headline, the last one, was about. And living standards will stagnate under Reeves, warns Bank. What stagnate? They're going fucking backwards already. In the first year of being in power, unemployment's up by about 150,000. The market's contracted, and they've shoved 250,000 more children into poverty. But if these children have been shoved into poverty, here's a fucking bit they're not telling you. Their parents have been shoved into poverty too. So you can take that 250,000 and make it 750,000 fucking people in a conventional 2-parent family and children. So Labour have managed to consign 750,000 more people into poverty in their very first year in power. They've seen the market contract to the point where 100,000 more people have lost their fucking jobs. Wow. Wages will stagnate under Reeves. Fuck's sake. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry about the swearing. Get rid of the Telegraph. After the Torygraph, we have the Guardian. I keep saying I'm going to drop this one for the papers. The Guardian. Netanyahu defies warning overtaking military control of all Gaza. They're not just going to say, David and I spoke about this latest offensive is to drive all the people into this concentration camp where they either die or agree to leave the land of Palestine altogether. And as for Netanyahu defying warnings, he believes that him and his Zionist cult are above the law of man. That's where Netanyahu is. He considers the Zionist Jews to be demigods amongst us. I don't know who their fucking God is, but it's certainly not the same one that everybody else proclaims to follow. Because the one that the Christians claim to follow wouldn't condone Netanyahu's behaviour. Right, let's get rid of that. What we go after that, we get a national. Let's get a national up. Thanks, John. You're being generous today. All we need to say is, are you yes yet? Absolutely, absolutely, John. Absolutely. Right, national, here we go. Sturgeon, actions of Israel are nothing short of genocide. Former First Minister proud that SNP-led Scottish Government considered a full state boycott. Me too. But nothing short of genocide. You're right, there isn't nothing short of genocide, Nicola. It is fucking genocide. Forbes says orphanage visit led to decision to quit Holyrood. Interesting. UK Minister quits over eviction and rent hike claims. And Netanyahu reaffirms plan for full Gaza takeover. Oh dear. Oh dear, but Nicola's right. It isn't short of genocide, it is fucking genocide. No point in beating about the bush. Say it as it is, Nicola. That's what we want to hear. Next up, we have the Metro. Hey, John. Good morning, all you beautiful indie supporters. Edith's birthday today. Many happy returns, wee doll. And a wee food bank gift. Thank you, John, and give Edith a kiss for me. And wish her happy birthday for Sarah and I, will you? Thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you and Edith have a fantastic day, John. I know you're spoiler. You always do. Right, where we going for the metal? Okay. The metal. He's our brave little miracle. Now, this young fella here has got some sort of a genetic problem with his veins, and his physicians have come up with a new surgical procedure which fixed that problem. And apparently now he's 99% cured of the problem. Which is wonderful, because if they could fix this young fella using these new procedures, I'm sure there'll be others come along with the same condition which will now have better hope. So world's first operation saves youngster. He's a brave little miracle. And it's the first time this type of operation on this particular condition has been carried out. These things are always a great thing when it happens, because it means going forward, anybody else with this condition has got a fair chance. I like these stories. I like these stories of medical success. Right, I'll take that down. And take that down again. And now I need to go and grab the star. Yeah, shit. I need to go and grab the star, folks, because for some reason I've managed to shut it down. So just bear with me a wee second. I'll go and grab the star. There's been a lot of crap in the papers today. Friday, right enough. And the Star's got a cracking headline today, actually. So I'm glad I took the trouble to go and get it. Alright. So what's the Star got? Let's stick it up. And the Star has Oscar winner warns machines are on the rise. Terminator detector fears nuked up AI armies. So there you go, folks. Another story about boffins inventing technology that's going to take over the world and kill us all. And apparently an award-winning movie director is warning it's coming. Love it. Absolutely love it, folks. 20 years' time we'll all be hiding behind trees trying to go out the road of the Terminator. There you have it. You heard it in the Star first. And if it's in the Star, it must be true. It must be true. It was in the Star. Right, folks, that's it for this week. Be back Monday. I'm sorry if I was a wee bit ranty today, but the one in the Express deserved it. It really did. Because we here in Scotland, they need to learn about our culture and our community. Because we here in Scotland, we still think like one big family. Thanks, Ange. Thank you, Ange. And thank you all for your generosity. But as I say, they need to learn about us. You know, they're printing these fucking rags, no understanding the people that are actually picking them up and reading them. You know, if 950 quid is all it's going to cost each year to make sure everybody's got 11,500 minimum to live happy, fucking sounds like a bargain to me. Hit me up. Well, I'd rather my neighbours didn't go hungry. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks very much for your generosity. Thanks to the moderators for moderating and donating as well today. They say thanks very much, folks. We'll be back on Monday to do it all again. And at the end of Monday's programme, because it's the silly season, we'll go into other structures within the SNP affiliated member groups. Okay. Bye for now.